Hello, the Harald am Start. So today, as you can probably tell, we are going to build a Rayquasa team, but it's not gonna be any regular video because most of this video is actually recorded a long time ago, like I guess just a few days ago technically, because as you guys know, I just hit top 4 on the shorten ladder a few days ago, and right now I really wanna bring you guys more high-level competitive Pokemon content, obviously every other day. But I am feeling very burnt out from playing so much Pokemon when I was sick, and I still am a bit sick. But yeah, now I'm a bit burnt out, and I don't feel like team building. But this is actually a pretty special opportunity for me to bring you guys a full deep dive in how to actually build anti-meta teams, right? Because I do team building very different from a lot of other people, and as you can tell, it works out really well for me. I've hit number 1 and like on the in-game ladder and top 10 on the showdown ladder a couple of times in VGC Series 13 using this method. I can really only recommend it. It works obviously really well. And this is how you're going to build anti-meta teams, right? So there's gonna be another series, I guess, going on. Yeah, first I will build the first draft of a team which is in my builder, and I'm not gonna spoil it obviously, right? And then from there, we will have loads of high-level competitive gameplay against some of the best players in the world. For example, Nontaro, I think he got like third at Worlds at some point and like is regional champion and whatever and stuff, right? And I'm just gonna beat people like this with Rayquasa in order to get on the high level, right? So first of all, I wanna do a bit of explaining on how to use your favorite Pokemon pretty much, right? Lots of people already have made like videos about this kind of stuff. And the most important thing is obviously going to be team building. So I really wanted to use Rayquasa, right? Because I didn't have a master rank given on Rayquasa, and I think Rayquasa is super cool. I've already used it before. What I used it with was actually coaching Riolu, because Riolu gets copycat in order to reverse opposing Trick Room, because when the opponent goes for Trick Room, you can copycat to reverse it. When I had coaching, the team was made by one of my homies, Randstreifen Saka, right? And I wanted to build a similar thing because with coaching, Rayquaza actually gets really bulky, right? So first of all, we have figured out I want to use Rayquaza, and now we have also already figured out what I want Rayquaza to do. This is typically like the next step, figure out what your Pokemon wants to do, right? For example, with Zavut, this is the Pokemon that I got to rank 1, super underrated. So I asked myself, what can Zavut do? And in order to find out what Zavut can do, we have to look at its typing, at its stats, at its ability, and at its move pool, right? And then the first thing you want to figure out, in order for what it does, the item. That's really important in my opinion, because typically when people build teams, they just put in the 6 Pokemon, then they do the abilities, then they do like the EVs and the moves and whatever. I think not that it's wrong, you can obviously do this, but I think a lot of teams would turn out a lot differently if you first of all give your Pokemon. Let's go over Zavut, right? So what do I want Zavut to do? Looking at its typing, you can see that it's Grass Dark, which is obviously first of all a really good offensive typing, but also you can counter Pokemon like Calyrex Shadow, Kyogre, Groudon, Regieleki, which are the best Pokemon and the most used Pokemon in the format, right? So in order to do this best, you can give this guy an Assault Vest, right? Because this will allow you to take loads of special hit from Kyogre and Calyrex Shadow, as you guys already know who watched my earlier videos, right? So this is already so much different, because with an Assault Vest, you will not run jungle healing, right? Which 99.999% of players who run Zavut will run jungle healing. But why would you want jungle healing? Does jungle healing help your ability to check Pokemon like Calyrex Shadow, like Kyogre, like Groudon? No, it doesn't. Yes, we'll recover a bit, but when you're not Dynamax, makes Flare will one-shot you, makes Hailstorm will one-shot you if you don't have an Assault Vest, and Regieleki will also one-shot you, right? So we already know when to Dynamax our wood and you wanna give it an Assault Vest, right? So next up, speed control. I want my Zavut to be able to control speed, because Zavut can actually go for max airstreams while it is Dynamax, right? So this actually means that you can just get one crucial airstream off and then make your Kyogre or your Groudon or whatever faster than opposing Calyrex Shadow. You can also make yourself faster than opposing Calyrex Shadow, because looking at the stats, it's got a super high speed here and a super high attack stat, right? So obviously you want Jolly, max attack, max speed, and then 4 into this, right? Obviously, we could do something differently where we just go like this or whatever in order to just outspeed like Charizard and stuff, right? So this is how you can see. I'm just filling these things in, and it's super simple, right? Super simple move set. Obviously, we want Power Whip to beat Kyogre Groudon, and we want Dark Lariat because we wanna hit Cardiac Shadow, and we want 2 stab moves on our offensive Pokemon, right? And next up, Rock Tomb, because a lot of grass types are gonna be struggling against Charizard as next to Groudon, and Max Rockfall will be able to knock it out, right? So as you guys can see, pretty easy, right? This is a Pokemon that's, oh, it's so bad, right? Nobody should use their root. And well, like I said, I hit rank 1 with this set, and as you guys can see, it's super easy to build, super straightforward. You guys can do it too, right? With any Pokemon, right? So that's what you're gonna see me do with Rayquaza in a little bit, but obviously first I wanna explain over what I do and why, right? So this is gonna be the first step. Figure out what Pokemon you want to use and what this Pokemon should do for you. Next up, you want to look into the weaknesses, right? So for my Zarude team, what is Zarude weak to? Well, Zacian, the second best Pokemon in this format. And typically, most players stop there. Oh, a Pokemon is weak to Zacian, I can't use it. Maybe. For Rayquaza, I'm gonna have a special tag and sword, which you may already know. But for Zarude, it's pretty easy because you can pair it with Gordon. Not only will opposing players then think that Zarude is gonna be a support Pokemon with jungle healing, but also because of its lead guard ability, you can actually not get burned by Cardiac Shadow in the sun. Again, the ability is super clutch coming in right here. I'm gonna talk about more with about the ability in Rayquaza in the team building video. That's gonna come up later because obviously with Rayquaza the ability is way more crucial than to Zarude. For Zarude it's just a nice side effect, right? And then you can also pair Zarude with Talonflame because obviously if your opponent also sets up a Tailwind, then you can when Zarude is gonna be slower than everything, so you want Tailwind, you want Groudon, both of these Pokemon can actually one-shot Zacian. And then Zarude can help counter the Kyogre and Cardiac Shadow combination, or I guess just Kyogre or whatever, because those Pokemon are both very weak to it, right? Already a super strong core of 3 Pokemon, just with our favorite Pokemon, right? So this is what you can do. And like I said, this is why I like to put the EVs and stuff and what I want my Pokemon to do before. Because let's say I put in Groudon first, right? There's no way I wouldn't go for jungle healing, right? But like I said, I don't want my Pokemon to support Groudon, I want my Pokemon to sweep, right? So this is why I do things how I do things. And so yeah, we're gonna see this in my video, like I said. And then next up, obviously, when you build a team, I didn't really go over this, you wanna ask yourself what are the best Pokemon in the format. So in this format, Kyogre I think is number 1, and then Zacian, and Groudon, right? And obviously if you look into Rayquaza, bad matchup into Kyogre, bad matchup into Groudon, bad matchup into Zacian. Whereas with Kyogre can go for Ice Beam, one shot. Zacian can go for Behemoth Blade, one shot. Groudon can go for Dynamax, Max Rockfall and beat Zacian 1v1, right? But it's not as simple as this, because first of all, Kyogre is not always gonna Dynamax. Zacian will actually be able to get one shot by opposing Rayquaza. We're gonna see why later. And then Groudon actually will get hit by Max Whirlwinds and stuff from Rayquaza, right? So you can actually use Rayquaza to beat all of these Pokemon, right? If we have Tailwind up, if we have a proper speed control, which is the most important thing, right? So Rayquaza doesn't just lose to these Pokemon and only loses to these Pokemon in certain scenarios. So you wanna make your team, that's what I think is the most important thing if you build teams. You have to give yourself the tools to make game plans, right? So what do I mean by this? Well, first of all, every Pokemon is a tool. No, it's not your friend, it's not your favorite Pokemon, it's not a bad Pokemon. All of these association mean nothing in competitive Pokemon, right? Like, obviously, I really love Rayquaza. I obviously do think that Rayquaza loses to Zacian, right? I do think that Rayquaza is a bad Pokemon. Obviously, not anymore, right? But all of these things that I'm associating with Rayquaza, they don't mean anything in a competitive battle. Have you ever seen someone, like, losing because Rayquaza is a bad Pokemon? No. No, they have lost maybe because they figured, right? Like I said, these associations have to go. You have to free your mind. And I know this sounds pretty weird, but you actually have to do this, or you don't have to, but it helps me a lot using these bad Pokemon, right? Same with Zarude. Because what you want your Rayquaza to do is actually, like I said, figure out what it wants to do. So in my case, I want to give it a life orb. I want to make it faster than Kyogre. Spoiler, by the way. Faster than Kyogre and Groudon. So I think I had this amount of speed, right? And this allows it, if you have Earthquake, you can one-shot Zacian, right? If you have Max Whirlwind, you can lower the attack of Groudon, so that way Max Rockhold isn't gonna do a lot. And also enable your partner Kyogre to turn off the sun, and then be able to revenge kill opposing Groudon as well as weaken Zacian, right? And then also you can go for super strong makes airstreams into a Kyogre, because if a Kyogre is not Dynamaxing, you can knock out the Kyogre, right? And then also what you can do with Rayquaza, even if Kyogre Dynamaxes, you can weaken it with lots of damage from Dragon Ascent, or you can boost your special defense with Max Quake, so that way you won't get knocked out by Kyogre, and that way you will be able to get enough chip for your own Zacian to knock it out, for example, right? And this is what I mean by game plan, right? You have to give your this is a game plan, for example. So let's say I'm bringing Rayquaza and Riolo to this matchup, and then I'm like, okay, so if I want to win this game, I need to be able to knock out Zacian. So what I do is I go for coaching and then live a Behemoth Plate and knock out Zacian with a Max Quake, right? That's amazing because now my Zarude can counter their Groudon and Kyogre, for example, right? This is a game plan, right? And this is what I do a lot in my team builds. First of all, I think about the game plan. So I think about how I can beat certain Pokemon in certain teams, which is literally the most important thing, because obviously your team has to beat the opposing teams, right? So and then the Pokemon's job, or the Pokemon's job, is it to help me achieve my game plan, to help me beat Zacian, to help me weaken Kyogre, to help me weaken Groudon's attack, and to get enough chip in order so that way I can knock it out, right? So this is what you want your Pokemon to do. You want your team to give yourself the ability to form proper game plans, right? So this is one really, really important thing about using Heat Pokemon, right? They are always part of this bigger team. You can't just look at a Pokemon and say, oh, it's good, oh, it's bad. You have to always put it in context. What does the metagame look like? What does my team look like, right? For example, if I had a team with, let's say, Venusaur, Groudon, Zarude, and when I just use like Jungle Healing Zarude all of the time, obviously Zarude is gonna be bad, because we already have two Pokemon that get one shot by Zacian after they get hit by, like, I don't know, a Scarf Water Sport, for example, right? And when we have a Pokemon that literally does nothing but heal Pokemon that are already super bulky and don't really need for support anyways, right? So in this sense, I would say, yes, Zarude is bad. And since also you don't really need the Carding as Shadow counter, because the Gordon is gonna be Assault Vest anyways, right? I would say in this case, Zarude is pretty bad, right? But obviously, if you scrap a Venusaur, put in Talonflame, like I already explained, and then give a Zarude the Assault Vest, super, super good, right? Super, super good. So this is another thing that you can learn, right? You have to think freely. Groudon is not a Pokemon that always has to run the Assault Vest, right? Zarude isn't a Pokemon that always has to run jungle healing, right? Talonflame is more than a Pokemon that can use Tailwind. It can also one-shot Whimsicott with Dual Wing Beam because of its Expert Belt, and also Zacian in the Sun, right? So this is another thing actually that I'm gonna talk about, how to make creative sets. For example, with Talonflame, I built with my homie Jan a very long time ago. So basically built a Talonflame, and I was like, wait, what if we use Defog? So that way we can make Precipice Plates more accurate and also get rid of screens, right? This was a long time ago in Series 11, so we looked at Pokemon that get Defog. Obviously, what comes to mind is Talonflame, because it does have that Galwing's ability to make the Precipice Plates more accurate, and also it gets Tailwind to make Groudon actually outspeed things, right? So we asked ourselves, okay, this is probably the best Defog setter. So what else want our Talonflame to do, right? And what we figured out is, okay, we want to knock out Whimsicott with dual wing beat, because that way we can kill it even if it is focus sash. But we can't do this. So what we need to do is, first of all, need to figure out an item that does allow us to do the most damage and also allows us to not take any recoil. So Sharp Beak, right? But you guys already know, we don't only want to Sharp Beak, we also want to be able to take advantage of the sun and one-shot Zacian. Unfortunately, Flare Blitz will make us take recoil, right? So instead we opted for Overheat and then an Expert build, because that boosts all super effective moves, right? So we can one-shot Whimsicott with dual wing beat if we have enough attack investment, right? Let's say like this is not correct, right? And then this much special attack investment, and then enough speed to outrun Whimsicott, and then we still had a bit of bulk in order to lift Behemoth Blade, right? Obviously the full EVs, or the actual EVs, will be on my Twitter, so feel free to check it out, right? Or on just my other videos you can see this, right? So this is how you can make heat sets. So those are pretty much the most important things if you wanna use a Pokemon that's bad. Excuse me, I'm still a bit sick, as you can tell. So just a little recap before we go into the team building video. First of all, ask yourself, what do you want your Pokemon to do? What is its typing? What's its ability? What's its stat? And you know, what do you want to do and what do you need to do in order for it to do what it does best, right? No, that sounds a bit complicated, so if you got any questions, ask them in the comments, right? So next up, you want to ask yourself, what item do I want to run? What teams do I want to for my Pokemon to support it? What moves do I need in order to do what it does best, right? Best example, like I said, with Talonflame, right? Super creative set, super huge Pokemon, and it really does the job so good. Like in my road to rank 1, it went so insane. I got so much tailwinds up. I one-shotted so much Whimsicots. And in my final battle, I literally got 2 kills. I killed Whimsicott and I killed Zacian, which is exactly what I want Talonflame to do. Like, crazy, right? It did exactly what I needed to do. Like, that's one of the best feelings in Pokemon. And as you can tell with my Rayquasa, same thing. It did exactly what I needed to do so many times, which is why I got it to top 4 or number 4 on my shonen letter. So yeah, really hope you guys enjoy this little part on how to make your favorite Pokemon put in only the finest of work. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and also enjoy the team building video. And one thing that I thought of that could be quite fun would be Rayquasa, actually, because I haven't used Rayquasa team yet. I have used one Rayquasa team by the man himself, Randstreifen the Hacker. That was amazing. So now what I wanna try to do is see if we can pair this guy up with a Zamazenta, because when I used like Rayquasa, I remember I used it with Riolo coaching and I literally took like 40% from a Glacial Lens because I had so many like Whirlwind drops and Max Airstream, and coaching boosts that I literally did not take any damage, right? So let's go for Rayquasa today. So I think I wanna go for like a physical Rayquasa kind of set with coaching, obviously. So we're gonna go for Life Orb with fierce attacks, and now we wanna make it faster than Kyogre and Gordon, obviously, which means we will have to be Jolly, unfortunately. Also, one thing to note is we're gonna be slower than Yveltal as well. So the speed that we need is 158, 159. But I also want to optimize for the Life Orb recoil. So we need a number with a 9 at the end, like this. And then we can put rest into attack. This basically allows us, because Life Orb does 1/10% recoil and Pokemon always rounds down. This basically means that if we have 200 HP, wait, hold on. If we have 190 HP, we take 90% recoil, and if we take 189, if we have 189 HP recoil, we only take 18 damage recoil. Now the thing is, we already take 18 damage points recoil because we have 180 attack, but this allows us to be a little bit sneaky, put in a little bit more bulk to make our Rayquaza just a little bit more bulky, which is hopefully going to allow us to just live a little bit more hits. And also if we end up like finding out that this kind of attack is just way too little, we can still change it, right? So for Zamazenta, obviously we want Behemoth Bash, and then we want White Guard because it's super good in this format, and then I want Snarl, and then Coaching. Because this is gonna be the whole idea. We slow down Pokemon like Kyogre with Snarl, and then we boost our Rayquaza up, and we can also go for White Guards to go around Cardinal's Shadow. So in theory this combination should be quite solid, right? So I wanna make this guy faster than Rayquaza for now. We may end up doing this guy a bit faster at the end. So like I don't wanna do the EVs yet, right? We still wanna figure out the rest of the team. So first of all, let's say we lead Rayquaza Zamazenta, right? Who are we going to have in the back of the game, right? Who are we gonna have in the back to clean up the whole mess after Rayquaza and Zamazenta go down, right? So first thing that comes to mind would be Kyogre. Second thing, Cardinal's Shadow. I think this is a really good combination of Pokemon because Kyogre beats a lot of these Pokemon like Yveltal and like what's it called? Incineroar, which have been picking up in usage, which also means that our Zacian is gonna be more free. So that's gonna be quite nice. Now, unfortunately, lots of people have been picking up and they're like using like 10 resisted Pokemon on the same team, which is quite unfortunate because then it's very difficult to have fun actually. But we're still gonna try to use like fun resisted Pokemon, so that's gonna be quite nutty. So I just wanna go for my signature Will-O-Wisp, Imprison, Trichum kinda Calyrex because I feel like that's just super good in this format, right? Timid. Like this. Actually. Now Kyogre should probably be Choice Scarf. So we do already have two Pokemon that cover for the ground weakness of a double dog, and then we also have Kyogre to deal with fire weakness, right? So that's gonna be quite nice. So Origin Pulse, Thunder, Ice Beam. So that's gonna be quite nice. And I think for my Zacian I'm gonna use my bulky Zacian that I used on my DDZ team, which I got to rank 1. Or tomorrow is gonna be a really good video with his team actually. You guys are gonna love that video, I think. So if you wanna see this, be sure to subscribe and also support me by leaving a like. It really does mean a lot. For example, the video where I faced Nino Pokebros that got like 6 likes. Like that's super good. That's super good, right? So now we know that our Zacian is gonna have 180 speed, so we want our Zamazenta to be just 1 point faster than it. So we already know we're gonna be Jolly Nature. 181. Like this. Because then we can go for coaching, coach up our Zacian, and then hit with our Zacian later, right? So that's gonna be quite amazing. Now the reason I want this bulky Zacian is because it lives so many hits unexpectedly. Because most people are gonna calculate for just max HP Zacian, but with an added defense, this is actually just enough to throw off opponent's calc by around 10%. So we have a really good shot of living more moves, and also the 12 special defense allows us to handle Cardinal's Shadow just a teeny tiny bit better. Ooh, just dropped my shoes, okay, that's fine. And now we need another Pokemon, something like an Incineroar actually. Now we need a Kyogre counter actually, because right now we don't really have a lot to handle Kyogre. So we could either use a grass type Pokemon like Zavut, but I've already used so much Zavut. And it doesn't really fit this team because this team is also kind of weak to Zacian. Another thing we could use is Zekrom, but I'm not sure if I want to double down on the dragon weakness. On the dragon types. And also, actually, I forgot to put in a Tailwind Pokemon. So we could actually use like a Tailwind Pokemon that can also beat Kyogre, something like a Suicune, for example. Not sure if I like this. Maybe. I don't know. Like Whimsicott would obviously be the best in Kyogre, right? Maybe we also just don't want Tail. No, we do need Tailwind. I don't think Talonflame makes lots of sense on this team because we do have a Kyogre, right? Another thing that we could actually do is put in a Grimmsnarl. Give a Grimmsnarl a focus sash, then give it fake out, because that way we can fake out opposing table setters and then knock them out, right? Then I want to have Sucker Punch for opposing cardiac shadows and then light screen and reflect, I think. Like, I'm a really big believer in Whimsicott and also Tornadoes, don't get me wrong, but I really want to try out this Grimmsnarl set because I feel like it's super good in this format. Since the games are really fast paced, you're gonna be able to not rely on what's it called? Light clay as an item, and also fast fake out is gonna be super valuable because there's not a lot of opposing fake out running around, right? Just one fast fake out might just win you the game, right? So again, Shadow for speed control, Kyogre to hopefully kill everything after Zamazenta and Rayquaza put in the finest of work, right? So next up, we wanna change the order of our Pokemon a bit because obviously when opponents are gonna see, oh, this guy is running like Zamazenta Rayquaza, that means, oh, he's gonna lead with it because he built his team around it, right? So I just wanna change it a little bit. I have more than one focus session. Oh. Now, Calyrex is gonna be better off with a focus sash, isn't it? So what I could do is give this guy like another item like a Berry. Oh, that's actually quite bad. I really wanted focus sash on this guy. I mean, we can still give it focus band, obviously, but it's not gonna be very reliable. Guess what we can do is not give it any attack. Put the rest like this. Like I also really want this guy to have like scary face actually, because otherwise our Calyrex Shadow matchup is really bad, isn't it? Actually no, it's fine, isn't it? Because we have Zamazenta. Let's give this guy like a Baby, then maybe we can take a hit from Zacian or two. Yeah, let's find some opponents. I mean, I'm gonna be on the low ladder, but like I said, I'm not really feeling too well, so yeah. I'm not gonna play the best anyways. So I wanna lead Grimmsnarl in this, and I really love my Kyogre because they have double steel, and their only water resist is Amoonguss, which I'm gonna be able to remove quite easily, I hope. But I think I wanna go Zacian. Like I said, Kyogre, and also Calyrex Shadow looks really amazing in this endgame. Damn, maybe I'm a little bit too low out for ladder to drive this team. But again, we just wanna, like, oh, I don't want Vermew to transform. Actually, I wanna substitute and fake out Vermew, because this way I can not only get around Wedge Powder, but also like Spore, and now Vermew cannot transform on me. So I'm gonna set up a light screen and try to knock out the Amoonguss right now. Yes, it's actually one-shots because of Edge Fake Room on me. Okay. So now let's get up a Reflect. And unfortunately, I don't have anything to hit the Melmetal for with my Zacian, so that's gonna be quite bad. Don't have Sacred Sword. They go for the Dynamic Punch, miss Heat Crash themselves to activate their weakness policy. Okay. I'm gonna get into another account after this, like, this just, I'm sorry guys, but this is like, what, I don't think I'm gonna learn anything from battling this team, I think. I mean, I still might lose, don't get me wrong, but it's actually quite likely, isn't it? No, it's not, because there's only 2 more turns of Trick Room. It makes Darkness my Calyrex. And they special feed my Zacian, okay. So that's gonna be it for the Trick Room. What happened, Red? Spectral Field quit me. Oh, that's why I died. Okay. So let's Dynamax Kyogre. Let's go for this Melmetal. I don't want me to lose this after this, so this should die. It does die. Damn. Nice crit, bro. Another thing to note is that I should have definitely went for Behemoth Blade into Marshadow. But that's fine. Yeah, let's go into another account. Let's go for this one. I hate to go to do it, but I don't think this account is on the highlighter anyways. Oh, it almost. Oh no, it's almost highlighter. Hey, that's fine. Let's see what we can do right here. So the opponent is gonna show that they have Incineroar Porygon. So what I wanna do is lead Grimmsnarl and then Kyogre because that pressures Incineroar Porygon a lot. Then I need something like Zacian to beat their Yveltal and friends, and then I need something that can hit Shedinja, so I'm actually gonna go Calyrex. This looks like a game where I could Dynamax my Kyogre potentially. So they go for this, so I actually wanna fake out Zacian. And I actually wanna go for Max Geyser into it as well. Because. Oh, they switch to Shedinja immediately. Okay. Now that's a tough turn right here, isn't it? I think I just wanna try to Max Hailstorm their Kyogre in case they are Focus Shedinja. As they crit me turn 1, I think I lose this one. I don't see how I can win this one now. Actually no, I wanna go for Max Lightning. Really need to get rid of this Shedinja. Can't believe they crit me turn 1, bro. Like now I might die to the double up. They did Dynamax. Okay, I do get the Sucker Punch off and they are gonna be confirmed Focus Sash. I'm gonna Shadow Sneak my Grimmsnarl. I go for the Max Lightning. I do no type of damage. And they go for Max Geyser also into my Grimmsnarl. Okay. So now I know that my Calyrex Shadow will be able to survive any one hit from the Shedinja. So I will just go for Astro and then Max Lightning into Kyogre. And we have to double up either of my Pokemon to knock them out, right? Okay, so we get rid of the Shedinja, which is step 1. But now I think we're just gonna kill my Calyrex and then I'm in a really bad spot. But let's see. Yeah. So let's go Zacian. Now I do have bulky Zacian, but I am gonna be faster than the Kyogre and I can knock it out. They're just gonna go for Ultra Impulse, because that's gonna give me the highest win chance, I think. They switch out into Incineroar. Did they protect Zacian though? No, they didn't. So I may win this, especially because they missed Play Rough. Now if I didn't miss Play Rough, I still think I would have won this game, but yeah, that's quite a good showcase of a team. Let's grab another game. You'll love to see Challenger putting in the finest of work. Luckily it wasn't enough for the opponent. So this guy is almost top 10. Oh man, why do I have to try out my team on video against the best players in this damn world? Okay, when I'm sick, that's fine. So again, I wanna lead Grimmsnarl because I immediately wanna fake out their Whimsicott. And I think I wanna lead Zacian as well. And then this time I actually want Rayquasa in the late game because that guy can go extremely crazy looking at the opponent's team. And this also means that I can shut down the Sun from Groudon and then my Kyogre will be able to click Water Sport freely. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. So let's see. What's my ranking again? Oh, I can't see it right now. 1443. Like this guy is up there. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, actually, this guy is just like around here. Top 50. Okay. Still very good, of course. Like very, very good. So what I can do is I can just fake out and then go for a substitute. I think I want to go for Behemoth Blade. Like they may Will-O-Wisp me because they're gonna try to Sucker Punch me, right? But I really need to get rid of this Magina because I don't want him to set up Trick Room or anything. Now do they Trick Room me? Or they Speed Swap? Luckily, my Kyogre is gonna be Choice Scarf and is gonna be able to outspeed the Magina right here. Which means I actually wanna switch in Rayquaza because I think they're gonna switch into Groudon to get up a Sun, and then I will just make it so that the Sun will not be up, and then I should be able to knock out the Magina with the Water Sport. The Groudon next turn as well, so let's see if it's gonna work out. Especially because the Calyrex just went for a Speed Swap, and Magina can also one-shot my thing. So I didn't actually make the switch, and I don't knock out either of these Pokemon. So I do knock out my Rayquaza. And what did Calyrex go for? I just went for an Astro. So now obviously I wanna Dynamax my Kyogre, but not this turn. This turn I wanna go for Behemoth Blade into Calyrex and another Water Sport. Because at this point Magearna I think dies even if I do switch into Groudon, right? Damn, it's so unfortunate that I didn't kill the Magearna. That's lost me the game, I think. Also, Babylon and Grimmsnarl not really doing anything. Like that first turn was just so bad, and then the second turn too. I'm not sure if I can still win this. Because if, funnily enough, if I didn't turn off the weather, I would have just knocked out the Magearna. But I can't believe I didn't switch into the Groudon. Like maybe if I didn't bring the Groudon, just get 2 kills. Okay. They go Whimsicott and Kyogre. So unless they crit me, I should be able to survive with my own Kyogre, and then Zacian probably won't. So I'm actually gonna make a play and protect my Zacian. Actually, wait! I forgot they can't Dynamax anymore. Okay, they do just go for Water Sport, so I did make a correct play. Can I knock out their Kyogre? Almost. So now I'm just gonna double up the Kyogre once more. If they kill me, there's nothing I can do, I think. They didn't kill either of my Pokemon. They did kill their Kyogre, so did I get hit? Oh, Behemoth Blade does get a knockout because they were Scarf, and now I win the game with my Zacian. Amazing. Dude, this game turned out very surprisingly well. Now he's 1420, which is quite funny. Now I'm like 1408, where's this on the ladder? I think I'm top 100 now. This team, amazing. I think this team actually turned out to be really solid. I still have to figure out some of the details of this team. Like, for example, the Grimmsnarl, what item I want on this guy, because again, I don't have a sash in it. Or maybe if I want to switch it out for another Pokemon. But overall, we did see what the team can pull off, right? Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you wanna see more content like this, and also let me know, do you guys wanna see more team building videos, or do you guys wanna see like more battling videos? Here I am, but I'm now way higher on the ladder as well. Thanks for watching, haut rein, ciao.